What if you were told that one of the deadliest famines in history was not caused by nature, but by the deliberate actions of a government? This is the chilling reality of the Holodomor, a dark chapter in the annals of Ukrainian history. In the early 1930s, Ukraine, then part of the Soviet Union, was a land of fertile soils and bountiful harvests. Yet it was here that the seeds of a great tragedy were sown. The story begins in 1932 under the iron fist rule of Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin. Stalin, in his drive to collectivize agriculture, imposed impossible grain quotas on Ukrainian farmers. When they could not meet these quotas, they were accused of withholding grain. This led to the government confiscating not only grain, but all food from these farmers and their families. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the once thriving fields of Ukraine were reduced to barren wastelands. The people, stripped of their livelihoods, were left to starve. In the grip of a man-made famine, countless lives were lost. The exact number remains unknown, but estimates suggest that more than 3 million people perished in this horrific event. The Soviet government went to great lengths to hide the truth of the Holodomor. They deported Ukrainians, suppressed information, and even went as far as to deny the existence of the famine. It was not until many years later that the truth began to emerge. The Holodomor was a brutal act, a catastrophic consequence of Stalin's regime. Yet, despite the overwhelming evidence, it is not universally recognized as a genocide. While Ukraine and many other countries rightfully label it as such, others, including Russia, deny this classification. The United States, while acknowledging the Holodomor as a brutal act, has not officially called it a genocide. To summarize, the Holodomor was a man-made famine that took place in Ukraine from 1932 to 1933. It was a direct result of Stalin's policy to collectivize agriculture, which led to the confiscation of food and grain supplies, causing millions to starve. The Soviet government attempted to hide the reality of the Holodomor, suppressing information and denying its existence. Today, the event is recognized as a genocide by many countries, but not all. The story of the Holodomor is a stark reminder of the devastating impacts of unchecked power and the lengths to which a regime can go to maintain control. It is a story that needs to be told, not only to remember the millions of lives lost, but also to ensure that such atrocities are never repeated.